What the fuck? I don't know what the fuck's going on. Shit now. But anyway, experiencing a little technical difficulties before we get the show rolling. Shit was not just doing this. Like, what the fuck? Like, baby, what's up? What the fuck? Yo. Alright. Okay, let's see. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Fuck it though. Oh fuck. Let me see. Yo. 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 Well, hello. Hello. YOLO. 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 Alright. Fuck it. But fuck it. Here we go. Let's get this shit rolling. Shit. Bless me. Thank you. You're welcome. No problem. But you know, it's Sunday. I think it's Sundays. It's Sunday. And it's Sunday, so I felt like, for my first live on my new channel, my new page, since YouTube took my shit down, I'm gonna ease up off of the COVID shit because, you know, clearly it's getting me flagged. We ain't gonna go into all the details about it, but it's getting me flagged, you know, even though Bill Gates is out here giving the same medical advice I'm giving, and he holds the same record I hold. But anyway, but let's talk about religion on this Sunday and Black people relationship with religion in the Black community, as I see it, as always, because this is my opinion. In 2022, Black people need to let that shit go. Let that religion shit go. I'm mainly speaking about Christianity, but as a whole, religion, period, for Black people, those who identify as Black. Let me say that. And I'm not talking about any, what they call it now, transracial people they may have, because I think if I remember correctly, Rachel Dolezal identifies as black even though she's a white woman. So you know we're not talking about those who identify like that, no. But you have melanin naturally or whatever, shit like that, you know what I mean. But black, we need to let it go, especially Christianity. What has Christianity gotten black people in the past? We're not going to even go far. This is to show you how stupid this shit is to be following to the degree that motherfuckers have staked their life on Jesus Christ. What? People, black people need to let that shit go because, for a multitude of reasons. Like, just in the past 100 years, what has Christianity done for black people? What has being Christians done for black people? Not a goddamn thing. Pardon me, I take that back. Let me rephrase the question. What has being a Christian gotten black people that has helped them? What do we got? What has Jesus given us that has helped us? What's wrong with this shit? Oh, what has Jesus Christ gotten us? What has following him gotten us? What has he done for us? People always, on Instagram Shade Room every Sunday post, they little Sunday thing about what's God done for you or whatever and shit like that. And I be seeing, I read the comments and I'll be like, yo, niggas be dumb. Niggas be dumb. Niggas are so brainwashed. Niggas really believe there is somebody named Jesus Christ who died for their sins. Mind you, he didn't stay dead. He did not stay dead. So it's like, did he really die for our sins? Did he? Did he really? If he was nailed to the cross and crucified, and then they took him down, put him in the cave, and a couple days later, he walked out said cave with holes in his hands and feet. That raises two questions for me. First one is, did this nigga really die? Second one is this nigga a zombie? Because a living body will repair itself. We know that from fucking living life. We were all kids at once. We all fell down, bruised our elbow, knees, whatever. What happened? It repaired itself. Your body fixed itself. Why didn't Jesus' hands fix themselves? You know what I mean? But it's things in the book like that, in the Bible like that, that makes me question the mental capacity of a so-called Christian, a Christian, not a so-called, of a Christian, a person who calls himself a Christian, person who calls himself a believer in the Bible and Jesus Christ is his savior or her savior. I question you niggas' mental motherfucking faculties. I question, are they all working? Like, what? Hold on, folks. Yeah. Damn, bro, why you throw my neighbor's box like that, bro? I live on the block. Yeah. Come on, bro. You know that? You ordered it? But you, bro, come on, man. Come on, bro. Bro, we from the hood, bro. Come on, man. We can't be doing that to our people like that, bro. For real. Fucking FedEx guys throwing my neighbor's packages wild crazy. Like, what the fuck is wrong with dude? He's a black dude. But anyway, Christians, what has that shit gotten niggas? You feel me? Christianity. What has it gotten black people? Has it helped us in any shape, form, or fashion? Hmm? I don't think it has. I don't believe it does. It does. I don't believe it ever did. To a degree. To a degree, it did do something for black people, but what it did was double-edged sword. It was a double-edged sword situation. Yeah, in certain times in our history in this country, the Bible is what gotten our people through. But also at the same time, it's softened them up because what kind of shit is turn the other cheek? What kind of shit is that? Like in that book, it teaches, it tells, and don't get me wrong, the book is violent. There's violence all throughout the fucking Bible, but yet these Christians want to talk. Oh, it's non-violent. God is peaceful, and shit like that. Well, if God is peaceful, explain to me why He flooded the world for 40 days and 40 nights, according to the book. Explain it. That's peaceful. If I remember correctly, the reason He did that was because he had become what's the word? He had he had become just disappointed in his creation thus far, or whatever. So he said, fuck it, I'm a start over. So let me kill all these niggas here who on the earth. And according to the story, he chose one family, Noah's family, and he decided to start over with Noah and his family, to the best of my knowledge. He also had Noah build a boat that could survive this 40 days and 40 nights, an ark. And it had to be big enough because he could build one He got the forewarning 10 years in advance or however many. Could have built it for just him and his family to survive. That's cool. But he had to build it to house two of each animal on the planet. How did he do that? This nigga went and caught two bees, male and the female bee. How the fuck you got two of each animal on the same boat? What you feeding them? The problem isn't feeding the herbivores, the plant eaters. The problem isn't there. That's not where the problem arises. Uh, it's not where the problem arises. Hold on. Let me see. Boom. Yeah. That's not where the problem arises when you have to feed the herbivores. The problem arises when you have to feed the carnivores. That's when shit gets tricky. Now, let's see. I just remembered I can do this. Let's see. We're gonna break it down. Noah's Noah's Ark. Oh, boom. Let's go. What does it say? Okay, yep. Um, Noah's Ark is the vessel in the Genesis flood narrative, Genesis chapter 6 through 9, which God spares Noah and his family, and examples of all the world's animals from a world engulfing flood. Why did he do this? Why did he do this? Let's see. Okay, hold on. We're gonna get you. We got it. All right, here we go. Says the Genesis flood. This is Wikipedia. The Genesis flood. Fuck my shit go. The Genesis flood narrative is the flood myth found. This is Wikipedia. Is the flood myth found in chapter 6 through 9 of the Genesis Hebrew Bible and the Christian Old Testament. The story tells of God's decision to return the earth to its pre-creation state of watery chaos and then remake it in a reversal of creation. Okay, so that's what he did. He was tired of niggas doing what they was doing on the fucking planet, on the earth, and he said, fuck it. I'm gonna wipe you niggas out. Clean you niggas out. That's violent. That's that's not genocide. That's extinction. That's you know, I'm a fan of the SCP series, Secure, Contain, Protect. That's a SK class world ending motherfucking situation right there. But black Christians, they out here saying turn the other cheek. God is a peaceful God. XYZ and shit like that. But that's violent right there. That's violent as shit. And I don't understand why black women even fuck with Christianity. Cause not for nothing. There's nothing in that book for a woman to actually read about, in my opinion, and be proud of reading. And if you one, if whatever, because I don't know what niggas feel when they read that book. I don't feel nothing. It's like reading a Marvel comic to me. It's actually the best selling comic book in the world, in my opinion. That's what it is, in my opinion. But it's nothing in there. Like, we're gonna take it to this one. But watch this Bible verse. Um, drag a woman. Whoops. Drag a woman. Town and toe. But now, when you see this, what verse is this? Um, yeah, that's the one. Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 22. What is it? It's marriage violations. There we go. If a man takes a wife and after sleeping with her he dislikes her, he's 13. If a man takes a wife and after sleeping with her dislikes her, 14, and slanders her and gives her a bad name, saying, I married this woman, but when I approached her, I did not find proof of her virginity, 15, then the young woman's father and mother shall bring the town to the elders at the gate, shall bring the town to shall bring to the town elders at the gate proof that she was a virgin. 16. Her father will say to the elders, I gave my daughter in marriage to this man, but he dislikes her. 17. Now he has slandered her, and I did not find your daughter to be a virgin. To be a virgin. But here is the proof of my daughter's virginity. Then her parents shall display the cloth before the elders of the town. 18. And the elders of the town shall take the man and punish him. They shall fine him 500 shekels of silver, and to give them to the young woman's father. Boom, boom, boom. However, yeah, because of certain shit. What is this? Virgin, a bad name. She shall not continue to be his wife. 20. If, however, the charge is true and no proof of the young woman's virginity can be found. 21. She shall be brought to the door of her father's house, and there men of the town shall stone her to death. She has done an outrageous thing in Israel by being promiscuous while still in her father's house. You must purge the evil from among you. If a man is found sleeping with another man's wife, both the man who slept with her and the woman must die, must purge the evil. This is violent. If a man happens to meet in a town a virgin pledged to be married, and he sleeps with her, you shall take both them to the gate of the town and stone them to death. And stone them to death. Some violent shit here. You should stone them to death. The young woman, because she was in a town and did not scream for help, and the man, because he violated another man's wife. You must purge the evil from among you. Like, this is crazy. 25. If out in the country of a man, if out in the country, a man happens to meet a young woman pledged to be married and rapes her, the man who has done this shall die. Do nothing to the woman. She has committed no sin deserving death. This case is like that of someone who attacks and murders a neighbor. 27. For the man found, for the man found the young woman out in the country And though betrothed, the woman screamed. There was no one to rescue her. 28. If a man happens to meet a virgin who is not pledged to be married and rapes her, and they are discovered, he shall pay her father 50 shekels. He shall pay her father 50 shekels of silver. He must marry the young woman, for he has violated her. He can never divorce her as long as he lives. A man is not to marry his father's wife. He must not dishonor the father's bed. That was some violent shit right there, folks. That was very violent. But yet they say nonviolence. When I was younger, I grew up in Alabama. Martin Luther King Jr. was big. I learned about him very thoroughly, you know, learned about him very well. And I'm mentioning him for a reason because his thing was nonviolence. He was Reverend Martin Luther King. He was a reverend. He believed in the Bible. He had a church. He preached nonviolence. As I got older, I started to realize that, and I'm sure quite a few people feel like this, or felt like this, or had this. Can't deny he did do some good. He did do good. But his way, his method, nonviolence, that is just ridiculous. Because this is when you have to start using your brain. Because religion also is to make you not use your brain to think about things that need to be thought about. You're going to feel them because in my spirit, my soul, you know, we're not going to get into what is not. We don't, nobody knows. Nobody knows. You feel me? So, what we can speak on is you're not meant to, feel situations that should be done with your brain. Like, that's retarded. That's fucking retarded. This situation calls for a thinker, for you to think. You're going in there trying to feel your way around it. No, nigga, you're gonna fail. You're going to fail. That's another thing it did. But it didn't dawn on people, you know. But that's what I was saying. As I got older, I realized like these people didn't get their shit through nonviolence. We had a whole revolutionary. We had a war for America to sit in the position it sits in right now as a standalone country, the United States of America, as a standalone. You know, amongst the other superpowers or whatever you want to call, what they call them. Um, we had a whole war that was set off due to the Queen taxing the colonies. How did white European colonizers get their independence to be able to be called themselves American? It was a war. It was a fucking war. Even till this day, shout out Deontay Wilder. Even till this day, You see people out here marching, and I'm not inciting violence or telling people to do this. I'm just pointing out the facts of history and what I see going on. And I'm pointing out how, religion is fucking up black people's minds and how the government uses religion to fuck up black people's minds because that was the fucking plan from the gate with religion. Because you think it's a fucking coincidence that we don't know our past? You think it's a coincidence? No. That means you got to clean. That means with that person, if I'm a person who wants to control a group of people, first thing I got to do is I need a clean slate up here. I can't have them being born and being taught certain things and then expecting them to fall in line. Nah, that's not how it works. I need them to be born to parents who have already fallen in line because that's what the parents is going to teach them. Now I ain't got to do it no more because I didn't taught the parents and I ain't got them in line. Now y'all going to tell these little niggas when they grow up to be in line too because y'all know what I be doing to y'all or what I've done to y'all. So y'all ain't going to want them for your kids. So that's how that goes. Exactly how that goes. But as I got older, I realized that part, America didn't gain its shit through nonviolence. And Martin Luther King Jr., he had it wrong. He had it all wrong. And I believe there's a famous quote by him. They say that he says, while pushing for integration, he believes he's by ending segregation, he believes he's integrated his people into a burning building or something of that nature. And I'd have to agree. I'd have to agree. But, you know, a lot of this is coming in hindsight. But even though these things are coming in hindsight and black people know this, niggas still won't change it. Why? A part of it, a major part of it has to do with because of the brainwashing that is religion. Everything that goes on with the black community is part of the plan that the government keeps in play. You think it's like, boom, you think it's a coincidence that one of the leaders of the black community, well, not even one of the, one of the leaders of the black community, and a lot, and all, matter of fact, let me rephrase that. You think it's a coincidence that media and high government officials always come to the black churches for things, or what I mean? You think it's when something is big is going on, they always have this reverend or this pastor or this, of a church. Like, it's not a coincidence. And people be wondering, why don't the black church, the black church has power. The black church has power because most black people are Christians and most black people have a person they call reverend, father, pastor, whatever, minister, whatever. So religion is powerful in the black community, which is why churches don't speak up against the government on a lot of issues. Like you'll have a reverend or a church, these there you'll have them speak up against violence. If a police officer does something or some shit goes down, you have them speak up about that. Yeah. But will you really have them speak up about major issues that go on with the government and the black community? No, no. Will you see a pastor call out President Joe Biden or Vice President bitch Kamala Harris for anything for real? Like seriously? Hell no. Hell no. Why? Because they don't want to lose their non-tax exempt status. Oh yeah, I thought it was just a coincidence that Pastor always got to have him a nice house. How come the pastor got to have him a nice car? See, y'all didn't know. Tax exempt. I think it's 413C or 413C or 431C, one of the two. But they have tax exempt status. And because of that, they cannot speak against the government or state in a lot of situations. I don't think I've heard any prominent church pastor, reverend, or anybody, any prominent church head speak up about, the COVID and the vaccine mandates. I don't think I have. Why? Because they don't want to get into that because the government could easily come in there and say, all right, y'all niggas talking about this, we're gonna take y'all tax exempt. Now you gotta pay back all them taxes, nigga. Now the pastor gotta pay back all the taxes that he's seen for all the money he's seen. You know what that'll do to them? To a pastor, a reverend, a head of a church, somebody who has a church? You know what that'll do to them? Their life will be in shambles. Life will be in shambles. But hey, most black people won't know that because they're bred to not question the pastor or that nigga up there speaking because he's chosen by God. Even though pastors have been committing adultery, and that's where we're gonna leave it there. We know what else they be doing. We're gonna leave it there. Adultery, you know what I mean? We know they do that, but I'm not supposed to like, huh? Do y'all understand what's going on here? Like, most Christians have never even read the Bible front to back end. Why? Because in some regards, it's not meant to be read like that. What do I mean meant to be? It's not meant to be. I mean what I mean by that is the way it's structured, the Bible is formatted. They want you to jump around in it. Only read this verse when you need to hear something like this. Only read this verse if this is fucking with you. Only read this verse and only read that. Or why? Because it confuses you. confuses you. That's all they do. It confuse a nigga. Let me say this because I just thought about it. Personally, I don't think niggas should really fuck with religion. But I understand in 2022 the mind state of black people and the necessity for some black people to have something tangible to keep them grounded on the inner self being. I understand that. As long as they are educated enough to understand what they're reading is not real. Because another thing, black people, Christians, don't fucking, I don't know if they want, don't, I don't know if they don't know it. I don't know if they ignore it or what. But in the English language, okay, we have something called Webster's Dictionary. Okay. In Webster's Dictionary, it gives definitions of words, right? It's a dictionary. So you understand, obviously, and I understand what I'm getting at, what I'm saying. Obviously, you understand the words that are coming out my mouth, unless you don't speak English or unless you don't understand English. You understand what I'm saying? We all know words have meaning. Okay. Religion is a faith based thing. What's the definition of faith? In a nutshell, the definition of faith is the belief in something that has not been proven true, but also has not been proven false. So you just got to have faith that it is what you believe it to be. That's what religion is, a faith based thing. It's a faith based thing. That's all they are, faith based. Again, the definition of faith is the belief in something that has not been proven to be true, nor has it also been proven to be false. Christians ignore that, or they don't know it. It's one of the two. Like it's got to be one of those two options. Either they know that it's a faith based thing and they know and understand the definition of it, or they don't know. So that's another thing with religion and Christianity, because, like I said, Christianity, it formats those believers, those who buy into it for some reason. And pardon me, I take that back. It's not for some reason. It's a reason black people buy into Christianity so hard. You know what I mean? And again, the basis of why black people fall in for some Christianity so hard is fucked up. It comes from a fucking vile place. Remember, I said the best way to, control people is with a blank slate. That's true. But there's other steps in that. One of the next important things is you starve the brain. You feel me? You keep these people, you know, only knowing what you want them to know. And if you catch them reading and writing, kill them and shit. So that would deter others from trying to learn to read and write. Fucking so after you blank slate them, you can beat them down uh mentally and physically. Now you build them up to what you want them to be. Now to keep them in a state of, how would I put this? In a state of, docileness, you give them something that they can learn and learn to read and believe in. And that was religion, the Bible. That's all that was the Bible. We just gave niggas the Bible and it was over from there. That's the next step. Now, shit, that Bible shit then took so strong to niggas. Shit, we still fucking with it to this day in 2022. And you be damned. Some people would be damned if you talk about, you know, Jesus and shit like that. Talk about my God like that. What? Well, what has your God done? Because on a quick note, on some the shit that really pissed me off, real quick, like I'm like, here goes a 1000% turn up in zero to nothing 0.00 seconds. Shit that really pisses me off with this religion shit, out of all fucking things, is how niggas will be like, oh, God did this, God did that for me, um, and this and that, you know. I was going through shit, and I just prayed, and God will do good things if you wait, and certain shit like that. And it's like, how the fuck can you say that when we know for a fact it's fucking children? As I speak these fucking words out my mouth and pop my knuckles on my hands, there are children who are in this world being done wrong to the utmost. We're gonna keep it, I'm gonna try and keep it somewhat clean on here. But we know what I'm talking about. It's children being touched and shit like that, in ways they should not be being touched. But yet God helped you get a new car, house, get some money or something. God helped you do that over helping a child that we know for a fact needs help. And you accepted that from God, knowing, all right, you gave me this, but you could have also helped the child, God. Like, if like come like let's be real. If I was to buy into this shit, these would be my questions. Like, why would God help me when his children out here starving and shit? Why would God help me? Why wouldn't God give that fucking lady a stroke when she was going to throw her newborn baby in the garbage? The woman in I forgot where she's from, Indiana. There's a situation in Indiana I read about where a woman fucking she just, I don't know what was on her mind. Her and her other two kids murdered and burned up her youngest kid, beat him and starved. Like, I don't know what was on their mind. Why wouldn't God strike their ass down when they're on the way to do that? When the man is about to, do a sexual act to a fucking. There was a situation. a year or two ago, where a man violated a newborn baby and the baby died because of that. A newborn fucking baby, a fucking infant. God is not gonna fuck. God is gonna help you get a car, but He won't help that fucking child. If that's the God you niggas choosing to fuck with, y'all niggas is dumb. Think about that. Think about that. Can't tell me nothing else, man. That's your God. I'm gonna end it right there. I'm gonna end it. I wasn't even planning on ending it, but I'm gonna end it right fucking there. That's y'all niggas God. Pitiful. Oh, that shit is pitiful. If that's y'all niggas God, that's pitiful. Fuck that nigga. Straight like that.